One of the more complex Week 3 games in the NFL is the matchup between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Jets got their offense going on the road at Buffalo on Thursday night after a near miss against the Cincinnati Bengals. On the Chiefs side, they went on the road and got pushed around by the Houston Texans after a roaring comeback to down the San Diego Chargers. Todd Bowles spent a season as the interim defensive coordinator under Andy Reid in Philadelphia, so these two coaches are familiar with each other. It all makes for what could be the best game of the weekend at Arrowhead Stadium, one of the truest home field advantages left in the NFL. The Jets are 2-0 against the spread, but just 1-1 straight up, thanks to some awful red zone offense in Week 1. Todd Bowles is now 11-7 and 12-6-2 against the number as the head coach of the Jets. It's time to recognize that this is a pretty good team that is here to stay. Ryan Fitzpatrick should get extra practice reps and time in the film room. He signed with the Jets in plenty of time, but it's not surprising that he was just 19 of 35 for 189 yards in the opener. He missed some open throws and missed some good red zone chances, but that wasn't the case against the Bills and their great secondary, as he racked up 374 yards on just 24 completions, and the Jets scored on 4 of 7 red zone trips. The Chiefs bring a good secondary to the table, so the onus is on Ryan Fitzpatrick to quarterback the offense efficiently and without turnovers. Matt Forte has run for almost 200 yards in 2 games, and both Eric Decker and Brandon Marshall crossed the 100-yard mark last week, so this offense is humming along. The Jets defense has some things to fix. Alex Smith does not have the mobility of Tyrod Taylor, but Taylor's elusiveness against the pass rush really hurt the Jets. The Jets had 0 sacks last week after getting to Andy Dalton early and often in Week 1. The Chiefs' offense is predicated on getting the running backs in free space, so tackling will be a major point of emphasis this week for the Jets. The Chiefs are 0-2 against the number, but their comeback win over the Chargers has them at 1-1 straight up. The Chiefs lineup are dealing with some injuries. Alex Smith has already been sacked 7 times, and the opposition has 15 quarterback hits through 2 weeks against this Kansas City offensive line. The pressure makes it really hard for Smith to assume his duties as a highly qualified game manager. While passing has been a problem, Kansas City has run for 5.3 yards per carry on just 38 tries this season. Running the rock might be the focal point this week to slow down the pass rush and exploit the Jets' second level. Spencer Ware leads the team in both rushing and receiving yards, and that probably won't stop this week either. The Jets have largely been beaten through the air. Defensively, Kansas City is aging quickly. They've drafted well with guys like Marcus Peters and Dee Ford, but it seems like the defense had some major problems in the absence of Justin Houston. Tom Bahali has played, but he's not nearly at 100%, and he's not the player that he has been in the past. The Chiefs had no answer for DeAndre Hopkins or Will Fuller, so why would they have any success against Eric Decker or Brandon Marshall? Also, Ryan Fitzpatrick is more proven than Brock Osweiler, so that's a problem as well. Teams aren't running the ball very effectively against Kansas City, but they haven't needed to with an average 11.6 yards per reception. The New York Jets should have beaten the Cincinnati Bengals if they could have punched in a red zone score in the 4th quarter. The defense got lazy against Buffalo and had a bad performance, but the team gets extra rest this week. This line implies that both teams are equal on a neutral field, a sentiment that most would agree with, so there's not a ton of line value here. Nevertheless, with the extra prep time, 2 bona fide options in the passing game, and a bounce-back spot for a very solid defense, the Jets are the side to take. Our pick is the New York Jets plus the 3 points.